Let me start with you, Sonal Gyani. The argument put forth by the centre is that marriage in a country like India is essentially a religious construct. It is sort of solemnized by whichever religion you believe in, and therefore, in a country that is deeply religious conservative, this idea of legalizing same-sex marriage may not fly. A majority might actually resent such a move, and therefore the centre is arguing that same-sex marriage should not be made legal. How would you counter that argument?
I would say that our country is known for its secularism, its diversity and its inclusion. The fact that a Special Marriage Act even exists is, is a certificate to the fact that we consider that there are people with different religions who are part of this country. As far as the laws concerning the Hindu Marriage Act and the, the acts around marriage, the personal laws, while we may not have a legal sanctity going through that route, it is not like Indians are not getting married under religious customs. They are very much getting married abroad and within the country as well. Enough news reports will show you that. It is only that we don't have legal support. At the moment, I understand that the court wants to restrict themselves to a Special Marriage Act, but even otherwise, there is definitely room for including our community.
So let me ask Paras Tomar, if the court, and this was something that came up in the conversation in court today, where the CJI was of the view that it may be better to look at it purely from a point of view of the Special Marriage Act, where it says any two persons who want to get married can get married. It is a civil contract. It is a civil union, if you will. If you go that route, the problem is then you're still not solving the issue of same-sex couples getting the same rights by marriage as heterosexual couples do, whether it is right to property, right to inheritance, right to alimony. All of these are not settled if you merely look at it from the point of view of the Special Marriage Act.
Yeah, it actually feels like abject tokenism, where it's almost like a little bone that will get thrown. But the thing is, as a citizen of India, as a proud citizen of India, as a tax-paying citizen of India, I think we're all at a point now where we're now demanding these equal rights, right? And it's very important. When I was hearing that argument, the fact that they talked about the fact that this was just an urban elite phenomena, I think my eyes rolled so hard, because LGBTQ, the T, the transgenders, that community talks so openly and vocally about the fact that they don't get jobs, that they have to become sex workers or that they become beggars. So when I was hearing about this whole urban elite phenomena, it just feels like a construct where they very conveniently want to look at one side making the argument. Sure, there could be extremely poor people who are gay, but they're probably not coming to the forefront because they don't have livelihoods, they don't have money at the moment. At the same time, the other counter argument is, even if it is an urban elite phenomena, which it is not, so what? Because equality and rights have never depended on your social and monetary status. Because by the same logic, if these were poor people, would you then have said, oh, they're only poor, we don't need to listen to them? So either way, that argument held no water for me, because when you're saying basically this is just urban elite or that they're not making money, it makes no sense. The second part, which I thought was very deeply questionable when they talked about the fact that India is not ready, popularity, the popular vote doesn't often mean the thing is right. Popularity doesn't always mean it's the path of righteousness. Sati was a popular concept, but we had to get done with it. There was a point where everyone thought child labor was just fine. Everyone thought child marriage was just fine. But these amendments and these laws were changed because we had to move with times. Just because today a popular majority thinks that, LGBTQIA is just okay, it's not cool. When you talked about the fact that these laws will also make sure that now, even when I find a boyfriend, first of all, finding a boyfriend and a husband is still going to be a task. But even when I do find that person, to something as simple as just going to a club, it says only couples entry allowed. If I go with my boyfriend, I'm not allowed to enter a club because you need a girl. So when they talked about the fact that so much will need to be changed, my response to that is, please do it, because as my job as a citizen is to uphold the constitution and to live by the law. And the constitution job is to make sure that they give me equal rights.
So Shashank Shekhar Jha, again